everyone, how are you doing? I hope that I find you all very, very well indeed, and a warm welcome back. Or if you're new, a warm welcome to you also. This is Meals of the Week and my name is Cheryl. This is just the part of the week where I show you the meals that I made for the family for our tea during the week, and I like to pop on and do these wee videos along with some recipes and grocery hauls, and if I go on any wee trips, you know, I like to try and take you along and show you the meals that we have whilst we're away. Talking about going away, as you know, we are going away to Yorkshire on Friday for a week, so I will manage to catch the meals of the week whilst we're down there. And I'm also going to be doing the broccoli and Stilton soup for you. I'm going to film that before I go, and I'll pop that up probably on the Friday that I'm away. And also coming up on Wednesday, I've got a cracking wee EATON mess recipe for you. It's a lovely summer dessert, so that'll be coming up probably Wednesday or Thursday. And then the broccoli and Stilton soup, like I said, on the Friday, because so many of you wanted to see that. And then obviously the meals of the week will be a wee bit later just because we're away, but I'll get that up as soon as we can. So moving on to this week's meals, we started off on Monday all the way through till Sunday, which is today, and it's a bit of a longer meals of the week this week because we had spaghetti bolognese today, so I've popped a wee mini recipe in just at the end. It's a quicker version of the spaghetti bolognese I normally do because I just didn't have time today to make it the way I normally do. So I've used a jar of bolognese sauce, and I'll explain more about that when we get there. So let's go and see what we had for our tea this week. So I started off on Monday and with good old baked potato and salad again. I'm having this quite a lot. So I started off with some French ham, a baked potato there, and I like to, you know, pop a wee bit of butter into my baked potatoes and let it melt in. Some salad leaves, some cucumber, some tomato, some yellow peppers, and then some tuna mayo and a wee boiled egg for Mr. What's for tea. I can't stand eggs, as you know. And I put a wee bit of shaved parmesan on top of the salad. Moving on to Tuesday, I just made a wee pasta dish. So this is just some penny pasta, and I made a wee sauce up. I mean, there's everything in there: garlic, tomato, onion, green olives, passata, cherry tomatoes, you name it. Had that with some garlic bread, and again with some parmesan shavings on the top. Moving on to Wednesday, and I made a warm chicken salad. It was roasting this day. So I started off with some cos lettuce, and I used a wee bit of this olive oil infused with garlic just to toast the salad in. Some croutons, and some shaved parmesan, some Caesar dressing, and some marinated chicken steaks, again with some parmesan on the top. And that was lovely. The chicken was so succulent. These were the wee chicken steaks that I got. You'll have seen these in my Aldi haul, and I highly recommend them. I think they were about £4.50, and there were 8 or 9 in this pack, and oh, they were absolutely insanely tasty and went wonderfully with that salad. I'll be doing this again, definitely, before the summer's out. Moving on to Thursday, you'll have seen this already. This was the wee recipe that I popped up. This was the slow cooker pea and ham hock soup, and this was beautiful. And the recipe will be in the description box down below. And we just did that with some crusty bread. Now, there were 2 of us that didn't actually have this. They had salad instead, but I forgot to take a picture. So yeah, this was the soup that I done. Like I said, the recipe will be in the description down below. This actually made 6 portions, and we took some round to Mr. What's for Tea's mother. We took some round to her house, so this is me in the car on the way round, and this will actually do her quite a few times. She's in her 80s, so we like to try and help. And moving on to Friday, another wee salad. So I got some salad leaves, some tomato, some cucumber, some sweet corn, some red pepper for a change, again with a wee baked potato, some ham at the back, some corned beef, and chicken mayo instead of the usual tuna mayo, and some grated cheddar over the top. And this is really nice, you know, but it's a bit warmer. You know, you don't want a stew or anything like that. Moving on to Saturday, and I just made some burgers. So some salad leaves, some peppers, some tomato, some cucumber, some sweet corn, just my usual salad, and a wee bit of ranch dressing. These were the flatbreads that I got in my degusta box, with some grated cheddar, a burger, and some more cheddar and some tomato, and I just flipped the top of the flatbread over. We had some crisps at the side and a wee bit of coleslaw. And again, nice for a warm day. These were the burgers that I used. I get these from a local supermarket. You know, they're fresh burgers, and these were the flatbreads from the degusta box. Now, I wouldn't be getting these flatbreads. You know, I wouldn't go out and buy them. We found them very doughy. Now, this was the spaghetti bolognese that I made today, and this was delicious, and we had that with some garlic ciabatta bread on the side. Now, like I said, not the the bolognese that I normally make. I normally use things like beef stock, red wine, tomato puree, carrots, but I just didn't have time, so this is my quick version. So this is the spaghetti that I used. This is just a fresh pasta. You use some olive oil. I used chili flakes in mine, some Italian seasoning, a can of cherry tomatoes. You can use whatever canned tomatoes you like, a wee jar of bolognese sauce, and I might need to use some extra sauce, some fresh basil leaves. I've got some shaved parmesan at the back, and that's the garlic ciabatta bread. And I've used some mushrooms. That was lovely, actually. Some mushrooms and garlic and an onion, and I got some mince from the butcher. And this is it in its naked state. So you can see the pasta there. You can use as much or as little as you need. The herbs, chopped tomatoes, cherry tomatoes, garlic, onion. This is the mince from the butcher. This was wonderful. Some fresh basil, the parmesan at the back there, you can just see. And then the sliced mushrooms and the ciabatta garlic bread. Now, I'm going to get this again. This was beautiful. So much nicer than standard garlic bread. So I'll just show you a quick recipe. First thing I done was pop some olive oil into the bottom of a warm pan. To that I add my sliced mushrooms. Give them a wee fry till they're softened. Pop in your garlic. Give it a wee stir round for a couple of minutes. Then you can add your onion. And just keep this cooking until, the onions are translucent and the mushrooms are just starting to go brown. Just like that, ideal. And then you can pop in your mince. This is a pound of steak mince. You just want to stir this around until it's browned all over. Because so many of you've asked for a spaghetti bolognese recipe, so I said I'm going to pop this up, although it's not my usual one, but it's a recipe. And you can stir in your bolognese sauce, and you just want to let this simmer for a wee while, and you can pop in your Italian seasoning. These are just dried herbs, as much as you want. Give it a wee stir through. And I've added my canned tomatoes. Now I've got cherry tomatoes, but you can use whatever ones you like. I've used just over half a can. Give them a good stir through, and again, just let it simmer for 5 minutes or 10. And you can pop in your fresh basil. I haven't cut this, I've just torn some leaves up, about a handful. Stir it in, and then about a handful of grated parmesan as well. This gives it a lovely, creamy, rich flavour. Give that a good stir in, and then some fresh cracked black pepper on top, and again just give that a good stir through. You want to leave this simmering for 10 to 15 minutes. And whilst you're waiting, you can get your pasta on. So into a large stock pot or pasta pot, get some water up to the boil, make sure it's well salted, and I always add a wee bit of oil into mine, especially as it's spaghetti, because it does prevent it from sticking. Some people call that an old wives' tale. I actually think it works. So you just want to boil your pasta until it's tender, but you don't want it, completely soft. You want a wee bit of bite in there, or as the Italians call it, al dente. But again, you can cook it to your own liking. So once your pasta's ready, your meat sauce will be ready, and this was beautiful. Like I said, not the normal one. I usually use things like carrot, tomato puree, red wine, beef stock, but it takes a lot longer, and I was a bit push for time, so I just done my wee quickie recipe, but it was just as tasty. and I just pop some fresh basil on the top, and again with that ciabatta bread at the side. Beautiful for a wee change. So thank you very much again, guys, for popping over and checking out what we had for tea this week. And like I said, if you're new, why not subscribe and give the video a wee thumbs up just before you leave. So yeah, I'll be doing the eating mess. Like I said, probably I'll pop it up Wednesday or Thursday, and I'll film my broccoli and Stilton soup before we go away down to England, and I'll pop that up for you whilst we're away, probably on the Friday. And like I said, I usually pop my meals of the week up on Sunday, but it might be Monday. I will try and get it up on Sunday, but it might end up being Monday. It just depends what the internet connection's like and the accommodation where we're going. We always go to the same accommodation, and again I'll get a wee bit of footage of the room. I did do this last year whilst we were away. You know, I did film a wee bit of the area and the room, and it's exactly the same accommodation we always go back to. But if you weren't here last year, it will be new to you. The village we go to is a tiny wee village called Askwhatsfortea, and it's beautiful and so picturesque. And again, I will get a wee bit of footage there just to let you see. So that's it, guys. So until I see you during the week for the eating mess recipe, mind to take care of yourselves. And from our kitchen in Scotland to wherever you are in the world, bye for now. Bye now.